Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, grab me. Let me grab my own monster.
Yeah, it takes people a minute to pay attention anyway. But yeah, my what it really likes to do now with crankbaits is I get to yanking them to get them loose, and then they fly past me. But for some reason, in my tight necks, so like in the PWR, they would always fly by me and like over my head, and like the line would catch a fishing rod standing up in the crate. Or like in my RVR, I yank it and that thing spins because it's not spot locked or sometimes anchored up, and then they fly past me. Maybe they tangle a rod. The crankbaits in the Titan X, it's like the NK 180's got a magnet on it. When I snap them loose, it goes between all the rods and then it hooks on the motor, usually usually on like the pull up rope. And I turn around and as soon as I see a treble buried in that paracord, I'm like, "Yep, I'm done with that one for the day." Like I could climb back there, but I'm just
Yeah,
not gonna.
you're better just to switch switch rods.
Yeah, it's quicker to just cut the line or whatever and tie a new crankbait on or something than it is to, you see my fat self back there leaned over the crate trying to untangle the thing.
I couldn't imagine it. We got them Perception Outlaws, and they're stable as heck, but I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. I try not to do anything that involves getting out of the seat unless it's just standing up just to stretch.
My buddy Christian has one of those outlaws. He fished out of it the last couple of years, and they're super stable and they're really easy to plastic weld on.
Oh, are
Um,
they?
yeah,
Oh,
where your feet are, where you can stand up, next to those black pads, you've got those drain channels that run in, and
hmm
there's a spot where like they hook to the outside and meet up with another channel.
yeah, they're prone
And
to cracking.
yeah, so that point right there, he had one completely crack. And while I was fixing it, I got to looking around, and the other one had started to crack in the exact same spot. After, and I mean, it took like 4 years, I think he had that thing before it did that. So I plastic welded it up, made it real great, and he was going to fish that thing all this year. And then I decided to get the Titan X, and I was like, "Hey, so I'm going to sell the PWR because I knew he was looking to get a new one." And I was like, "I'll make you a really good deal." And he jumped on that, so he's been fishing out of the PWR.
Nice. Yeah, those
Yeah.
things are known for like I think they got pretty weak scupper whole areas on them. Anybody that tries making a cart that plugs into the scuppers breaks it. Just rolling on grass even.
Yeah,
And
that's most kayaks though. Like a lot of them can't handle those scupper carts. And
right.
the thing with the Outlaw is like when they came out, it was so cheap. I want to say it was like $600, 550, something like that. And
Yeah,
then
seven
once,
twenty
I
nine
thought you
for
paid
ours.
829.
No, mine was a demo. They were like 729 a piece, but this was 2021. I forgot what year they came out.
yeah, I want to say they came out in 2020 or 2021. And that was kind of where they were, and they were great. And then once they caught on, they threw through the roof. I think they're like eight, $900 now on
I've
No,
like
seen it
any
for
given
they're,
day.
they're like
1100.
1200 last time I checked.
They're cracking over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
That's just wild to me. Like they're
Mhm.
not bad kayaks. It's just like perception was like, let's try this, and then they're like, yep, that worked out. And that
Right.
you can take a piece of cutting board and make a bow mount for those things, and put
Yeah,
an
they're versatile.
XI3 on it.
It's like an aircraft carrier for me coming from a Sun Dolphin, and I'm not like a very tall statured dude. So sitting on that, it's like, man, I feel like I'm on the USS Basquatch or something. Like,
US
there's so much room. Like, I gotta crawl to get to the front if I were to get a hook in my pull
Mhm.
cord.
Well,
I
it's funny how those like gradual steps of perception are too. Like not the brand, but like your perception. Because so like if I was to get in the Outlaw, because I mean I've just been in different kayaks for so long, and like I got my old Sun Dolphin a couple years ago, and I almost rolled the thing. So like if I would get on an Outlaw, I'd feel like it was unstable, and to you it's super stable, and so to Christian it was stable. And I had that PWR, and I thought that that thing was like, other than like an XTR, as stable as you're gonna get. And then my first time out in the Titan, I stood up to like go to the bathroom and the thing didn't move. And so my buddy had texted me and he's like, he had just been out in the PWR for the first time and I'm out in the Titan. And he was like, "Hey, so how's the stability? Like, are you enjoying it?" And I said, "Dude, it doesn't even move when I stand up. It makes the PWR feel so unstable. And the PWR is not unstable." And he's like, that's wild to me because the PWR feels so much more stable than the Outlaw. I can't imagine it being more stable. And it's just funny how like you move to those different kayaks, and like when you think you can't more stable than you can, and most kayaks in the perceptions in the Outlaw's price point aren't that stable. And so the Outlaw gets overlooked a lot, but man,
Right.
talk about a kayak that will just take a beating and give you a good value for your
They
money.
they really have so far, and as Charles pointed out there, they are absolutely horrible paddling, especially if there's any wind. I took mine out Thursday to a little lake, and man, the wind. I got all the way across this maybe quarter mile, not half, maybe a half mile lake, and every battery on every camera goes dead, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I was like, I'll just paddle back to the truck, eat a sandwich, and come back. And like that was when I was in a cove when that happened. And when I got out from the protection of the cove, dude, it took me 30 minutes of non-stop paddling, like not making it anywhere most of the time. And there's nothing worse than looking like next to you on the bank, like, and you're just
Uh-huh.
standing still, like paddling upstream in a river or in that wind, man. It is. Oh man, we
Awful.
need trolling motors on ours.
Yes.
That we're at that point where it's
Yeah.
like we know we would use them a lot more because we love kayak fishing. It's just we need to build a trailer for them and we need to motorize them, and then we would use the absolute shit out of them.
Man, a trailer comes with its own like you've seen my trailers. Like mine's bigger. Mine's a tracker bass boat trailer that I converted, but like I that was part of the thing with like looking for a house. So like for anybody listening, Kelly and I, our wedding is officially like 32 days away. So we're trying to buy a house. We put an offer in, et cetera, et cetera. But when we were looking for houses, I had to be real careful about how much like everybody has their own thing they're looking for in a house, right? But you got to be careful how much you bring up the kayaks in relation to a house because it'll make her mental. She's very supportive of this hobby. But so in my head, every time we look at a garage, I'm like, okay, it's car and a half. But in my mind, I'm already doing the measurements. Can
Right.
my trailer, because that was her only real stipulation was I have to be able to keep my car in the garage, which I get. I don't care. The Jeep takes the abuse. It's fine. But I'm like, can I fit my trailer there? Can I not hit her car taking my trailer in and out? Is the garage long enough? And so we're looking at one house, and all I could think the whole time was I'd have to change trailers. I'll never get my trailer in this garage. She's not going to want the trailer parked in the driveway. I don't want my
Yes,
kayak in
she
the
will.
driveway. And I'm like, and I don't want to take the Titan on and off the trailer because that thing weighs as much as a bass boat. And I'm just like, I'm going to need another trailer. So, and I'm never saying it to her. So then we went and saw one of the houses twice. We saw it again yesterday before making a decision on a different one. And so I was talking about they had walled off the laundry room. It was like in the garage, and they put a wall around it, which is great for the wife and the laundry room and all that stuff. It sucks for the space in the garage. So I had just said, well, if we went with this one, we'd have to take this wall back down if that was okay. And she'd be like, well, I wouldn't care, but like, why? And I'm like, well, I'll never get the trailer in. And she's like, looking at it, she goes, there's plenty of room for your trailer here. And I'm thinking, there's not. There's like 14 foot from that wall to the door. The trailer is like almost 19 foot with the tongue. Like
Yeah.
it's just a big trailer. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't fit. She goes, it would fit. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It probably would. And I just moved on because in my head, I'm like, I'd have to change trailers. So it's kind of nice. The long winded reason for that was it's kind of nice when I'm taking the RVR out because I have those lock racks on top of the rooftop tent. And I put the RVR up there and I lock those things in and I can go anywhere and I don't have the trailer with me. And so I couldn't imagine doing the Titan without a trailer. But at the same time, I really like when I go with the RVR. So don't rush into a trailer, I guess is my main point.
Well, we got one.
Oh, did you?
We bought one a couple of years ago, and it's a jet ski trailer for
Oh,
a
that's
single jet
perfect.
ski. And well, it ended up the title that we got with it was not for that one. And it's like he's like, you want it back or you want me to knock 100 off? And it's like, well, for 400 bucks, like I'm sure we could reach it. It's a nice trailer. and everything. So we just haven't got around to the legalities of it. And we had a free jet ski that we won from the YouTubers Fab Rats,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so it's just a good parking spot for it now. But my intentions were to make it a convertible to where I could like bunk the jet ski, you know, and put some like bunks or something on it for to make it a kayak trailer. You know, just quick, be able to convert back and forth because we still
Yeah,
wait.
some uni strut would do that with some quick bolts because then you could have your bunks on the uni strut and attach that, and then you could literally just unbolt the uni strut, take it
Right.
off, and that would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't got to the process of sitting and looking how I want to modify it. I got everything working and we got it all painted and stickered up and looking great and everything, and then put the jet ski on it, and we'll get around to it someday.
This is Missouri. It's like a blank piece of paper, a Budweiser get you a trailer title.
Right? Yeah.
It's a whole different world down here at trailers. Like there's dudes who like buy one trailer, and that's the only trailer they titled for their entire life. That plate just moves trailer to
Right.
trailer to trailer to trailer. And I mean, at the end of the day, this is not an endorsement for anybody listening to go break the law. But at the end of the day, if your trailer lights and stuff work and you don't look like you're,
What's
heading
the
somewhere to
difference?
go cook meth in the middle of the woods, I don't think they're going to give a rat's behind
Right.
what the trailer's registered to. They just
Right.
want to see a plate on there that's legal and some
As long
working
as you're not
trailer
putting
lights.
some little garden tractor trailer plate on a damn 53 footer or something, or whatever. Like, I don't see why it matters. Trailer's a trailer.
I got somebody picking something up that I forgot about, so you guys will get to listen to the dogs bark in the background because there ain't no
Good
shutting
deal.
them up. The dogs are joining the podcast for a bit.
Good
So
deal.
Yak Pass said get a 12 by 20 portable building. So that's actually not the house we were looking at where it wasn't going to fit. That was my first thought because I had this massive backyard to put it in. The problem was there's only like, I want to say 8 feet on either side of the house before you got the neighbors, and it's all grass. And so there wasn't enough room with like any kind of easement or legality to like have a path that would go back to that quote unquote shop or whatever to take the kayak. And I just really like having the kayaks locked up inside. Um, with the place that we're now in the process of, it won't even be an issue. It should work out real good for both of us. So I didn't really introduce you guys because we were talking about getting injured and stuff on video. Um, so you guys, for those of you who are listening, this is Cody and Alex from Basquatch 90. You guys make some of the coolest content that's out there because you go do the stuff that I always say I'm going to go do. Like, I swear my feed is constantly, you guys are camping or whatever. But what you do that got my attention, that got me following is there's a lot of times where I'll catch a fish and I got no damn clue what that fish is. Hopefully the dogs aren't too annoying. They should stop soon. But I can't. You guys catch a lot of stuff. I catch a lot of stuff, and I don't know what it is. And you break you break down what it is, the actual like species of it, where it comes from, what it does, and it's great because it's informative. But it's also great because you get some of the most idiotic commenters
We do,
I've
and
ever met in my life.
it's like taking the temperature of the fishing community sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's always rectally is how it's seen. You know what I mean? Like,
I like
no,
that. It's always
no,
rectally.
yeah, like because the assholes always come out. Like, but we're all about educating people. Anybody who wants to be educated or who could give a crap less about it. We put the info out um, for people who want to absorb it. I see on all the groups and stuff I've seen for years the most common arguments people get into and misconceptions and this and that, and there's just so much um, just false information going around, and nobody ever questions why and how and stuff like that. And that's what we
Hmm.
like to be the difference than those. There's a lot of like fish identification pages on Facebook and stuff. But
Oh my God, yeah.
here's the thing: you post it as soon as one of the admins gives you an answer, they terminate the comments and the post is dead. Right? They don't ever say, "Well, here's what makes it a bluegill versus a green sunfish or what have you."
I just get banned
Mhm.
from the pages.
And you know, I like. Yeah, they don't like hearing it from
They
a
don't
girl.
like hearing it from me.
Oh no, they're way too insecure for that.
But no, I've
Yeah,
You,
gotten banned from quite a few pages just for correcting people.
well, and what's wild about the misinformation is a lot of them don't even know it's misinformation. And this is a general thing with society today. It's not just the fishermen. Just fishermen's really bad about it. Like when you point out, even if you do it nicely, that like it's actually not that, it's this, and it's because of XYZ. Sometimes you'll get, oh man, that's cool. I didn't know that. And that's what you're going for. And sometimes you'll get, nah, you're wrong. I've been catching them my whole life. But more
right.
often than not, you get, fuck you, man. You don't know
Yeah.
shit.
You called my granddaddy a liar. We called him, and his granddaddy called him this and that. And it's like, man, listen, if I was going to tell you that me and my family grew up calling this red, like straight red,
Yeah.
you wouldn't understand that. You'd call me a fucking idiot, right? You'd be like, whatever, weirdo. It's like, so why? You know, it's the same concept as these hard headed people that they've just been wrong for so long or uneducated for so. I call it education resistant, is what I call that group
Hmm.
there, because they can't just, even in a neutral manner, absorb the situation and just move on. It's always you want
Uh
bad.
huh.
I'll fish you any day. I've been this and that, and oh man,
Your comment sections are my favorite because you'll do it and you don't do anything different than some of the other people, and they just get so mad. But then like I'll see like David's comment sections where he'll be like, "This is an XYZ," and then they don't attack him at all. It's like, I don't ever see it, and then I'm like,
right?
I don't get it. It's the same thing.
It seems there's a view threshold. Like I know that a reel is doing well when I start getting those negative comments. Like, and David will be able to attest for that too with some of his. Uh, Whenever you go from like, oh, that's really cool or nice catch to it's this actually and this and that, all the negative comments, they come in once the viralness, like, you know, once you're at the top of the
Hmm.
hill of that viral, you know, roller coaster.
Sometimes you can trigger them too. Like my favorite videos to post sometimes are the ones attacking the way people park their boats at the boat
Dude,
ramps,
I love
like their
those.
trailers. That sends people through the freaking roof. There's been times I've gone out and I've been like, that dude on the surface looks like he's parked like a jerk. He's not. I know exactly why he's parked that way because of where I am. But then I can just film it anyway and jokingly be like, this guy can't park. And I could put text on the video that's like, just kidding. Dude actually did a good job. They don't even read the text. They
Right.
just get so mad. And they're like, freaking kayakers. And sometimes I won't show the kayak. And I'll be like, actually, I'm in a bass boat. And they're like, well, then you should attack your own people. And I was like, no, I'm in a kayak. I was making it up. And like, I like screwing with the commenters, which is why I think I like your comment section so much because
Yeah.
they're just so dumb.
I return the energy. You know what I
I know I
mean?
do too. I
I
love
don't
it.
like arguing and instigating, and I don't want to ever give us a bad taste, like a bad rap of like something that we're not, you know, and because we have the information and stuff, and we're willing to give it, but we're not higher than anybody else. We understand,
Hmm.
like long-eared sunfish and pumpkinseed will be the biggest debacle in the South, in the
Yep.
southern United States. And you know, if you, I grew up in Missouri, so I'm used to people calling fish a pumpkinseed. I called them that too, until I went deeper into wanting to learn the exacts of what I was seeing. I'm one of them people I want to see. Like if I see it and I'm like, that's cool. I gotta like know its name.
Yeah, I think my favorite ones are when either when you do the whole like bowfin snakehead thing or when you try to help people understand that gar are not invasive. That
Yeah,
might actually be my favorite one.
or that buffalo or not carp.
Oh my god, yes.
That's
Like
one of the biggest ones, dude. We
it
want
never
to
ends.
we want a shirt and it's like a cart or a buffalo like Nixon at a podium going, "I am not a cart."
Oh my god, that's great.
I know.
Okay,
Like
did you come up
somebody
with
make
that?
this one.
He came up with it. Yeah,
That's freaking
Like that would be
genius.
so. I know. Like if we had one of those shirts, I bet you it would sell. Every
I
rough
can't
fish
Photoshop.
nerd out there would grab it.
You could get some help with that for sure. I might be able to help you with that. We'll have to talk about that at some point because that's genius. I'll just give you the design, like here you go, put it on a shirt.
But yeah, I think a lot of like all of the problems, kind of not to get philosophical, but like all of the problems. I seen your eyebrow. Uh, all of the problems like that, they stem from like we forget that each other are human, and we
Hmm.
get on the internet and we're not that person we're talking to. We get in our car when we're driving home. The person next to me isn't a human. Nothing matters. We're in our own bubble where we're safe, and
Yeah.
shit. We can say whatever with no consequence, or we could do whatever. And it's like stop and realize that they are too, and try to understand each other. The long-eared sunfish pumpkinseed thing. I grew up here, so when I hear somebody say it, it doesn't like make me like uncultured swine. You know what I mean? I instantly like, oh, okay, oh, nice long-eared sunfish or something. If they want to correct me, then I'll give them education. We're not
Hmm.
like trying to like be like Jehovah's Witness a fish, like trying to run up to somebody whenever we see them misidentifying something, and let me educate you.
It's a warmouth.
Yeah,
Oh my god, yeah, the warmouse too. I did a video. I was doing catfish noodles in a kayak, which is a real trip if you've never chased a noodle with
I've
a
done it in a
kayak.
canoe.
It's so much fun. But I
Hmm.
was doing it at Mark Twain Lake actually, and so Mark Twain Lake, I want to say 3 maybe 4 years ago, they changed the regs for catfish to where now if it's a blue or a flat, it's got to be like significantly larger than before. The channels, I can't remember exactly what it is, but so I'm out in the water and I pull this noodle up, and what I'm looking at is a channel catfish. I've seen them a million times in my life. I'm like, that's channel catfish, but it's blue, and that I had never seen before.
Yeah.
So I could have cut everything out from that point and then just gone from pulling it in the boat, been like channel catfish, whatever. But what I left in was me keeping it in the water in the net while I tried to get the MDC app to load. Because
Hmm.
if you guys don't know and you're fishing in Missouri, the MDC app, the fish identify assistance on there is phenomenal. So I got into the catfish.
I never knew
I've
that
never. We have the
existed.
app, but we've never used it for
Yeah,
that. But I'll
it's
give it.
pretty great.
I
I got
have
it.
like Tyler Goodale's my app for
Mhm.
that. My buddy Tyler.
Well, so when I got it to load, it doesn't tell you like, hey, sometimes channel cats are blue, but it shows you dorsal fins, like it goes through all the different
Yeah.
identifying stuff for each fish, and so I could tell without a doubt, sitting right there from the MDC app, okay, that is a channel catfish. And I told the camera, I'm like, I've never seen a blue one, but I know it's a channel. If it's in the regs, I can keep it. That's great. And then people commented on it. Some people were like, of course it's a channel catfish. You're a fucking idiot. And then some other people were like, man, I appreciate you leaving that in. I wouldn't have known either. And then some other people were like, I had
You
no
were throwing
idea
fishing
that,
rods away.
yeah. And like a lot of people were like, I didn't know the app could do that. And I only know because the first time I caught a walleye, I wasn't even sure that's what it was. I
Right.
was 99.9% sure because that's what I was targeting, but I had never caught one. I grew up on salt water. And I looked at the camera, I'm like, guys, I'm pretty positive that's a walleye. But I pulled that app out and I said, that's not only a walleye, it's legal and it's coming home.
Yeah,
So,
we've done it so many times where we catch something, whether it be a type of little microfish in our nets when we're looking for darters, or a big rough fish of some sort. Where we're putting it in the net and keeping it calm and wet and everything while we're frantically, oh, does it have 27 anal fin spines?
I like those little tanks that you
Hmm.
put those darters in so that you can really show the camera because those darters are some of like the prettiest fish you'll see on this planet. And
Yeah.
it's funny that they're here in Missouri because you it looks like
They
you
look
had
beautiful.
one that was like blue, green, orange. It looked like something from the freaking Amazon.
Right, and they're very tropical looking, and this is the only time of year that they're best lit up. They have some
Hmm.
colors throughout the year, but right now is when they're like neon. But the thing is, when you're walking through the creek, those are half of the fish that you're seeing move and shoot at like a bullet are those fish. But you wouldn't. you don't see the colors until you get them eye level or you go down to their level.
Yeah, I would just think they were minnows. I've never thought to catch them and take a look at them or
Yeah,
anything.
snorkeling with them is really cool. That's when you get to see, like I said, they're very camouflage from the top, but you get down like snorkel and you're like, holy crap, look at them all doing fish things.
I
And
I love to snorkel in the rivers in this state. Actually kind of got into that because of those. What's this jug something to do that goes around and finds all the trash. Jug my deer, or whatever his name is. That's what got me into it because he just goes snorkeling all the lakes and rivers and
oh
finds
yeah,
cool
like
shit.
below waterfalls and swimming holes and crap. And
Yeah, but so I did that, and it's how I was in South Missouri down in the Ozarks, and I found a legit smallmouth hole because I was just in there poking around, and I realized that these smallmouth, I just never even noticed them there. They're just all up in this tree that's under the water. You can't see it from up top. And there's like this hole, and they're just hanging out, and they're not bothered by me in the least bit. And so I got out of the water and I just kind of marked it. And then the next time I had the kayak down there, I went and I threw a chatterbait up in there and just lit it up. And I would have never realized that they were there if I hadn't have done that. Here's a question for you.
pan,
How many
panfish,
species of panfish?
panfish is a relative term. That's one of those ones that gets blurry too. I watch people fight over what the definition of a panfish is all the time on online. And um, Missouri has 9 species
The
of
bonus
true
genus.
sunfish, which would be like bluegill, yeah, in the Lepomis genus. She's actually starting a sleeve that is,
Lepomis genus sunfish. There's my green. And
Oh,
then my
cool.
and then my warmouth.
I
That's why you said warmouth.
Yep. My warmouth. He's
Bass is technically a sunfish, right?
correct, yeah, yeah.
yes.
So the sunfish family is huge. All of the black bass um, family is huge. There's a lot of species of bass in North America that people aren't aware of. You know,
Zeegiller, which hybrid are you talking about? If you give us an example, I think that one will be a
there
little
need to
easier to
come out
answer.
here different. That it study each species really well. Each species has key identifiers that you're looking for that will solidly pin it as that species. Because a lot of times color varies depending on a lot of things, water, diet, stuff like that.
Stress.
But not only that, it's nature. You might just get something that's some weird color.
Yeah,
Um,
things in nature will breed. They ain't supposed to,
they
but they're no
become
different than us. There's some stuff that we shouldn't breed with, and I
yeah.
don't mean like cows and stuff, but I mean like X's.
But
But
you're kind
like,
of just using your better judgment of all the things that you just start studying each fish that you catch better, and it'll come to you eventually. You're looking for the traits from obvious parent fish, you know, a green gill like a green sunfish bluegill hybrid, for instance. Like you know, if it's got kind of a big mouth but it looks like a bluegill, but it's got orange fins. You know, you kind of just add things up, and you can usually nail it pretty well.
I'm not great at noticing little details either. I could pull one out like that. I'm like, oh, that's a cool looking bluegill, and
Yeah,
just not even know that it's like something completely different.
yeah.
I had never heard of pumpkin seed till I came to Missouri. And people
Mm,
are like, "Oh, so you call it a pumpkin seed?" I'm like, "The
yeah,
hell's a pumpkin seed?" And they're like, "It's that." I'm like, that is a bluegill." And
yeah.
they're like, "No, it's a pumpkin seed." And I'm like,
They
"Man,
love
listen, I've caught
hearing.
a lot of bluegill in a lot of states. I ain't never heard it called a pumpkin seed."
They love hearing that pumpkin seed aren't found in Missouri. They shit themselves. You all bet.
You know how many old men I have argued with about what's on my arm?
There are a few. There's only been 2 ever recorded, like found in the wild in history, and one was in the Merrimack in Crawford County in like the '60s. But like up around, you know, up around you and the Iowa state line, you might find a transient
Hmm.
in some stream maybe. If not, it's transplanted. It's introduced if it's uh if it's in Missouri. Like we got some yellow perch holes I didn't know about, like over by Kansas City and stuff where they're stocked, and native fish are, I don't know.
Well,
They're that's
they're
it.
trying to the old men are over here trying to argue with what's on our arm like it's the Chinese symbol for soup.
Right. It's like pork fried rice.
Yeah.
Like
Do we have what's that other one that's like walleye? Is it a Seeger?
saga.
Saga? Do we have
Saw
those up here?
Yeah, and
Saga.
Saw Guy, the hybrid between the two.
So like what's the dead giveaway between like a saw guy and a walleye? Because
A
I know some
walleye,
places they'll have different regs for both, and
right?
I'm like I don't know that I know the difference.
A sauger will have kind of polka dots along its dorsal fins.
Hmm.
That is usually a dead giveaway from them. And a walleye will almost always have a dark black blotch at the base, the rear base of their dorsal fin. So
Oh,
then
I
a
never even
walleye
noticed that.
will have like a black blotch and it's polka dotted and stuff would be a good example of a textbook hybrid. And so which,
See,
if I'm not mistaken, saw guys are a lot of hybrids like wipers and stuff are man-made and they're stocked, and that's why people get crazy about them because they're not for sure replenishable resource, not naturally.
right. I didn't know that the Saugers were natural, that they did that on their own.
Yep.
I
Yeah, they're
just
really. I've only caught one sauger ever in my life. They like turbid water and slower, lower sections of river and
mhm.
stuff. So I don't know why I've never caught one up by you, but I
Yeah.
did catch my first saw guy and only saw guy there, and a lot and some pretty good walleye. Had you seen the day I met you?
Yeah, that was such a weird happenstance too, because I was going one way and I saw the truck coming. I'm like, that truck looks kind of familiar. And then, like, as I went by, I'm looking in the rearview mirror. I was like, oh my god, I think that's Cody.
Yeah. Like you got like right next to me by the time I realized you were hauling a trailer, and then I think I seen Penguin Outdoors maybe on it somewhere still, and it clicked. I'm like, holy shit! I knew who that was, and it's like that's the only damn soul I've seen in 20 miles. That's wild. And I was fishing, just down the road from there. I was in between fishing holes, so it's crazy that we ran into each other like that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. When because you like to you get those fish, you put them in the tanks a lot for the camera. So if you come across a hellbender, are you allowed to put it in one of those tanks, or are
And
those
I
like a do
say
not
no.
handle?
I wouldn't touch it.
I would say no.
You
We
wouldn't
don't
touch it
have
because of the
one.
legality, or because it'll mess you up. I don't know.
Legality. I don't want to
Yeah,
hurt it. It's endangered.
yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know if those things were dangerous or not, but I thought that they were endangered. I just
yeah,
wasn't
they
positive.
definitely are. We have two species of hellbender: the Ozark hellbender and the Eastern hellbender. I've never seen one. I'm sure I've stepped right over them,
They're cool
hundreds
looking.
of times. But yeah, I would love to find one.
Yeah, it would be super cool just to like see one. Like, I get excited when because I don't notice, especially when I'm on like a river float. I miss 99% of the stuff I come across because I'm always looking like, okay, I want to go fish that later, or I want to go here, or I'm messing with something, not noticing. Like sometimes you just glance over the side of the kayak in the clear water, and there will be a turtle like this big
Yeah,
around, just slow going under me, and I'm like,
there's
ah!
schools of suckers, and
Yes.
it's amazing, and it's cool whenever nature is gets so much better whenever you start just like noticing the little details. Let's see.
Ziegler wants to see your warmouth again.
I've also known them as rock bass or warmouth.
Rock bass are
So
their own species.
Yep. So
the
rock,
yeah, go ahead.
it's not finished yet, the warmouth, but
Yeah.
rock, the difference, it's everything's backwards. So the big difference between warmouth and rock bass, they are both sunfish, but they're in a different genus. So a dead giveaway is, damn it, how do I, there
Right
it is.
there.
So
It's
there's
always
three,
backwards, yeah.
all Lepomis species like bluegill and long-eared sunfish, pumpkinseed, warmouth, they will only have three anal fin spines there.
Yeah.
And
Three?
a goggle eye or rock bass,
Three?
shadow bass, Ozark bass, they will all have six. So that is a for sure dead giveaway there, no matter what. That's one of those things I like to tell people. Some fish you could tell just from a silhouette. You could tell the difference of them. Some fish you could turn to black and white, and if you know what to look for, you know you can identify them confidently, and that's one of the easiest ways to tell a rock bass from a warmouth.
All my fish are based off of fish I've caught.
But it's a giant like thing across. Um, I can't really say if it's across just the South. Across the U.S., people think that warmouth and rock bass are the same thing. A lot of people don't think warmouth exists. They just think it's like a name for rock bass or
Hmm.
something or other.
Everywhere you go, there's
Really?
like some species that are like universally debated as it's this or it's that or whatever, like nationwide. But every area's got like something. So
Mm-hmm.
like in New Jersey, it was, is that a drum or is it this? Or people in New Jersey, good luck telling them there's more than one type of flounder. Or that not there is an actual bluefish. Not every fish that's blue is a bluefish. Michigan, it was like the big thing there was whether or not people wanted to believe zebra mussels and like what they would do. And it's just like everywhere's got its little thing. But Missouri is weird because we've got a lot of things like bowfin snakehead. And like, how many times are people like, you release, say, a bowfin back into the water, and people will be like, "You can't release that. You have to kill it." You're like,
Yeah.
"No, that's actually." And correct me if I'm wrong. That's actually native. A
Yeah.
snakehead is not native. That's the one that they're like,
Yeah.
"Kill it. Do not put it back in the water." The only
Yeah,
thing that
and
stinks
not
about
every
the. Go
invasive.
ahead.
Most people don't even know all their regulations in their own state they're from. I bust people all the time. Well, that's illegal and blah blah blah. So I'll go straight to Google and I'll look up their regs. Look at it really fast. It is really easy to figure out laws and rules and the internet and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I'll be like screenshot. Well, actually, and then you get the well, I didn't know that. Well, you never looked.
Well, like Andrew Blair Fishing's a great example with that. He likes to release the snakehead where it's legal because he likes catching them, and like I get it. But he will even sometimes take the videos of pulling them up out of the water and reverse it to make it look like he's releasing them, just to bait people into arguing with him because he just thinks it's hilarious. But the thing with snakehead, I wish that I get why they don't, but I wish that they would allow you to transport it alive in a cooler on ice. Only because they're good eating. If have you ever had them?
No.
Not everybody has. So bowfin and snakehead are both like they taste amazing. I've never caught either one, but I have eaten them and I've handled them. The second you kill them, that meat starts to break down.
Yeah.
Um, who was it?
Gar the same way.
Luke from Outdoor Boys channel, when he had the Cats and Carp channel, he did a video about it where he kept one alive and cooked them down there at the water, and one he killed. And you can see the meat just turn to mush within like minutes. But if you keep them alive and then bleed them out and fillet them immediately, the meat is nice and firm. So like here, where you have to kill them, you pretty much have to make like fish cakes with them because
Right.
the meat breaks down. But it'd be
Cook
great
it
if I could just
right
leave
on
it
the thing.
alive, put it on ice. But I get it; they can live on land. So if it falls out of your cooler
Yeah,
and
they're a
scurries
nasty fish.
away, they're mean, man. I wouldn't want to get bit by one.
I wouldn't either. We've only caught one. Well, I think you got two bowfins. But I've only caught one, and the very first time I've lost a couple because
Yeah.
I didn't have a net, and I was like, how do I hold this thing? Like, and it's like some bigger than life dinosaur I finally get to meet, and it's like right
Yeah.
there, and I'm like, holy crap! I just know how Gar will slice the
That's
shit
when
out
I
of your
caught
hands.
mine. You lost yours.
Yeah, yeah, literally, you hear it's same planet, different world type scenario. You hear me and then her, they're like congratulating her and Tyler and Ryder, and then I'm like, ah,
Well, and now that I'm going to be an Illinois resident, I'm going to do a lot more exploring in Illinois because I won't have to buy the non-resident license. Like everything non-resident for Missouri is so much cheaper, so I can maintain everything I got going on over here with the non-resident. But
right,
so I was in one of your comment sections like maybe 30 minutes before we did this because you had posted, "Hey, do you know where I am?" And then somebody's like, "You're near where I catch bowfin or snakehead, whatever, whichever one it was." And you were like, "Oh, hey, where's that?" And he's like, "I'll message you." And I was like, "Hey, so could you message me too? Like, I'm cool. I want to go catch those." Like, because I know a spot down south, but it's like I think it's like 2.5 hours from me, and I haven't. It's not the time of year. It's actually probably the time of year right now with this flooding to be down
if
there.
you're talking about the swamps, it's more than that.
Yeah,
Two
that
and a half
place that
hours
we
from
talked
me,
about.
and I'm 2.5 hours from you.
Yeah, so it's closer to 5 then. Yeah, it's quite
Yeah,
the
you're
haul.
damn near going from one end of the state to the other.
This might be the time of the year to go down there. I may have to throw the RVR.
Yeah,
Hmm.
with the water being up, we're
I
up
get to
looking
f- I get
outdoors.
to fish.
We got fishing.
I get to fish Thursday or Friday, I think. I may have to play this week by ear. I may have to throw the RVR on and head down there.
Do it.
I'll have to map quest it, see what the actual drive is. Cause hey, Outdoor Wicked Adventures. Um, I have a whole bunch of tactical fishing frogs, and I know how much Snakehead and Bowfin love those things.
Hmm.
And I have actually never successfully caught anything on a frog. They always, I miss it, or I'm too slow, or they get off, or whatever. And I want to stick one of them nasty dinosaurs in the flooded swamp. And from what I hear, they're real thick in there. Like it should not be hard to find one.
Right. And they're getting there's more and more snakehead working their way up into that water, that drainage system, and it's alarming, but it's kind of like the armadillo migration that we've seen all of our life, or at least us down here in the more mid southern part of the state. Um,
Jo-
that
Josh,
just
are you talking?
gonna happen
Josh, are
because
you,
of nature.
sorry, Josh, are you talking about Duck Creek Conservation Area? Because that's where I'm talking about. And if you haven't caught me, I'm not going to waste my time coming down there.
Yeah, and the
Um,
water's got to be right too. We've swung by a few times just on a whim because we were in the area or on our way home from camping and detour just to find an empty ditch. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know. This place is massive. You could spend a week exploring that place.
it's
And
got to be flooded now. I would think every
I
dang
would
thing is
assume
flooded.
everything is. Yeah, because they got, yeah,
Oh,
they're,
they're in Mingo.
hmm
Yeah. Dang it. Maybe I won't come down there. I'll tell you what, you let me know when you find one, and that's the week I'm going to come down there probably.
we've been going over to Illinois a lot more. We got our non-resident license for the year for the first time. And it's been fun because you know what we've worn out pretty much every place within 2-3 hours from our location, and there's a whole nother set of locations just across the river.
I've had Peabody has been on my list the last 2 or 3 years, and I've never made it. I'm going to Peabody at some point this year for sure. The
Yeah,
strip
we
mines.
we just went to we were at the Kaskaskia Mississippi confluence over the weekend, and it's pretty flooded, but it was cool. It's just nice to be places, it's a total like mental reset. Whenever
Oh,
you're driving
100%.
roads you've never driven, you're going to destinations you've never went to or never, planned on going, or you're
Hmm.
just living in the moment. We love going new places and doing new things.
There's a creek about. It's technically called. Its name is technically a river, but it's a creek 99% of the time. It's about an hour and a half from me, and I've been wanting to get the RVR out there. And so last week on Friday, I think it was, I left work and I went over there and did some bank fishing for like 20 minutes. And I caught two largemouth, and the water is like perfect, the flow, the level. I was like, I need to get out here on the RVR, but I had plans all weekend. And then those storms rolled through. So tomorrow I need to go peek at it. And then, because Thursday or Friday, I want to go somewhere if my schedule allows it, and it should. And I'd like to take the RVR and just go paddle a chill creek and go chase some little creek monsters. So hopefully it settles out and it's not totally blown out or totally just jacked, because I'd like to go there.
Yeah. What region you talking about? I'm not gonna ask for your spots.
It's northeast Missouri, but it's
Okay.
like it's between Hannibal and Iowa and kind of that weird
Is it
direction.
was that is it named after an animal?
No, but I know which one you're talking about. That one's definitely
We
interesting.
never pitched that high, but we plan on do. We want to do. We need something to kickstart our YouTube channel back. We fell off the schedule with the long format stuff just because it was getting very discouraging. It's stressful to keep that schedule of every week, even
Hmm.
just doing
It
one long
is.
format video a week.
I
Um,
don't know that the schedule
but then when
that
they're not even performing 50 views in its lifetime, it's like, man, I'm
Yeah.
I'd just rather go make reels because long format's tough, but we need something to jumpstart it to get us invigorated again. And I wanted to do this series I've been thinking of called like State Lines.
Oh, that would
And
be. I see
and
where
it
you're
pushes
going.
us. You see what I did there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go to each bordering state line, and it's our mission in our whatever hour time span we're giving ourselves to travel there and catch some fish, make memories, make a video, and come back and eventually do all the border states. Um,
I I don't know that the schedule. That's such a like those of us who've been doing it for a while. It's like that old mindset that I just don't think it. Andrew Blair Fishing's been playing with that a lot. I don't think it matters anymore. I've done something that I thought would be detrimental to my YouTube channel, but it's been really good for me and shockingly good for the channel. I had the luxury. I had Steve Billington Fishing that I was trying to build up, and then I still had Penguin Outdoors with a couple thousand subscribers, monetized. Just kind of, I left it to do its own thing. And when I decided that I wanted the brand to be Steve Billington Fishing, but that having two channels was stupid, I put everything to Penguin Outdoors, rebranded it, and reset it. But what that did is it took a year worth of shorts that never went to Penguin Outdoors. And it just gave me this pile. I saved them all. So I just started scheduling them out one a day, every day until I ran out of shorts. It took me, I don't know, 3 days of sitting here in my spare time doing it. And so it ended up, I have reels scheduled until I want to say like September 30th or something like that. So then I just stopped posting because it's posting every day anyway. So I have like 9 or 10 long form videos unedited, like in the bank that I need to edit. But what it did is like now I'm just going out and filming when I'm fishing without that pressure of get home, dump it, edit it, keep the
yeah.
schedule. I'm not sticking to Saturdays and
Well,
doing
not
the
only that, you got to
podcast.
perform. The spot you pick
Yeah.
has to perform. Rain, hail, snow,
Yeah.
whatever. Otherwise, it is all your resources and all the time spent and the energy and everything just wasted.
Yeah,
It,
now when I skunk, I'm like whatever because I don't feel I have to put a video out Saturday,
right.
especially with the podcast dropping most weeks. And so it kind of without intentionally doing it became balanced. It's getting daily uploads. So I think there's a lot more value in going out and shooting. You can take 30 minutes of video, this, and make 100 reels out of it if you wanted to. So I think there's more value in going out, filming, knowing you're going to break it up and not do long form. And then you just schedule all these things out and then you go do your long form. And if that trip that day doesn't work out, you're like, whatever, cool. I bet I got some reels out of that though. And then all of a sudden you get something long form that's great. You edit it. You have more time to edit it and more time to put into the editing. And you put this better thing out in the world. And then if it
You're
doesn't hit,
excited about it
yeah.
again,
And if it doesn't hit, you just know you're like at some point, whether it's I used to get hyper focused if something didn't hit, but some of my most successful videos were on my YouTube channel for probably 2 years, and then out of nowhere they took off. And some of my most successful ones are when I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing, and they're in like my first 20 videos. Like one of them, I made cooler tubes, like PVC frozen pipes for a cooler. I almost didn't even record that. It's one of the worst edited, filmed videos I have. It's got the most views of anything on my channel.
that's
It's
how a
just
couple of our
unreal.
early ones are. A couple how tos or something like that. Making those paddle leashes out of weed eater string and what is the other one? It's just an ASMR video of all sorts of places down in the Ozarks and stuff. They're continuously getting. It's the only thing keeping our channel alive.
Yeah, I just decided that I don't know what people want. I'm just going to go do what I want and let those reels be my daily upload, not give a crap about when the long form drops, and then just go do my thing. And my views on my channel have not dropped. The money on the monetization has, I mean, it's never been high, but it hasn't dropped. Subscribers steadily climb throughout the week. And I just make a point multiple times a day, usually at least twice, but more than that. I'll open the YouTube app, refresh it, and if there's any comments, I'll answer them and answer them in like a genuine way. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, like, what tool did you use for whatever?" I might not even remember filming that video, but I can go open it up, look real quick, and be like, "Oh, dude, that's this, and this is where you can grab it or whatever." And that engagement really seems to be more important to YouTube than anything.
Right. Yeah, we used to post shorts, and honestly, we got a lot of subscribers that way. I was doing daily shorts, and then and we were doing the long format every week still, and it was kind of, it felt like a get rich quick scheme. Like as far as subscribers and engagement goes, we're not monetized, and we've never even been really that close to being monetized on YouTube. Just Facebook is all we're monetized on.
Yeah, but see, Facebook's so much harder. That's so much more impressive. Like, I know YouTube's not easy. And it's funny because when people that aren't monetized on YouTube, they tell me, they're like, man, that's so hard to crack. But like, you have it on Facebook. And to me, that's a whole different alien language that I can't figure out.
Dude, that
So,
was the last platform that we tried. We don't have a TikTok, but Facebook after once we started the YouTube channel, then we started an Instagram page, and I need to knock the dust off of that. But
same.
I was like, screw it, I'm gonna start posting stuff to Facebook, and then like a community just started, and local people, people came out of the woodwork, people like David and Matt the River Rat and all y'all, just came together, and it was, I don't know, my biggest advice for the Facebook thing is just flood your page with your content.
Yeah, it's,
Just
and,
flood, just do it. As many posts, reels, as many
mhm.
reels as you can post out a day. Just just throw it.
Z, I get what you're saying with YouTube feeling spam with the shorts. But you can, depending on how you customize your view, it's harder on a phone, but like you can customize your feed to where it splits those out. And if you're searching for something, you can tell it to disregard the shorts. Because I know if you're looking for a how to, a lot of people like to take their how to's and chop them up into reels. And so you might be looking for like how to install an anchor trolley on a kayak, and you'll get 100 shorts that are 10 to 15 seconds long that don't show you anything, except the guy's like, this is how you install it, and it's just showing that it's installed. You can filter those out, because I kind of get what you're saying. I get annoyed with the reels too. What drives me bananas with the reels is the girls in the skimpy clothing out fishing that aren't wearing a PFD. Because first of all, it gets me to click on it,
That
and I
was
don't
so
like that about
bad of
myself.
you.
Yeah, well, and I know that I'm an old dude now.
I didn't hear what.
Oh, I said that was so dad of
No, but
you.
I didn't hear what he said. I was
Oh, the
reading.
girls in.
Oh, well, no, because that's just funny because I know I'm an old dude now. Because, like, anytime Hannah Barron, she's a great example, she
Dude,
posts something,
people have
and
compared us to them. They're like, well, Hannah Barrett does this, and she catches flatheads like this. It's like, yeah, spawning in a log.
I also don't think what she does is legal in Missouri. I don't think you're allowed
It
to
is
noodle
not.
here.
No.
But, like, when she posts, she's sitting on that paddleboard, and she's got that Stanley Cup between her legs, and she's got big old boobs, and she's wearing a bikini top. I don't click on it because I'm like, oh, I want to look at her boobs. I know the comment section is going to think I'm lying. But what always gets me is I end up clicking on it. I'm like, hey, man, put on a PFD. I was like, that's
Right.
how I know I'm old, because I feel like I need to tell Homegirl to put on a life jacket. And I know she ain't wearing one because that's what's making her money. But, like,
Not built-in ones. What's she need to buy one for?
I don't think they would float her the right direction if she was unconscious. I think
Oh,
she
no.
might drown.
That's what always scares me because we need good PFDs. And anything could happen when you're on the water, or a medical emergency, or you knock yourself out with a Ned jig head.
Yeah.
You know what I
So,
mean?
do you guys carry an InReach, the Garmin?
No.
See, that's like top of my list to get. And
We've
like,
looked at those, I think.
I know we're not out in like Montana in the backcountry or something, but there's a lot of places that don't have service. Cell phones aren't always reliable. And man, it just takes, could you imagine? Let's say you got your PFD and stuff on, but I solo fish more than anything. So I'm out there, I fall in the water, and something's got my leg or something. Let's say the kayak's going down and somehow I get wrapped in it. And my PFD's keeping me up, but that kayak is on the bottom, but like I can't get away. I can't get down there with my knife, whatever. Just being able to reach down and just tap that button and
Mm-hmm.
not have to tell anybody what's going on, but know somebody's going to
Oh,
come,
yeah. The
or they're going to
cavalry.
find my body or something. it's got. I mean, they're not that expensive. I
At the
think I
very
gotta
least,
get
yeah, it
one.
sends a pin to somebody of the last
Hmm.
known location at the very least. But yeah, we needed to get something like that, and because we
It's
are
on
in
my
some
list.
remote areas sometimes, and we do drive a shit box truck from the 1900s, so you just never know what could happen.
It's a pimpin' truck though, man.
Thanks. It's been there for me. I've had
He's
that
been through
truck
things.
18 years.
Yes,
So
yeah. I don't. I've got underwear I've owned that long, but not a vehicle.
yeah, see, I wear underwear out faster than that.
I buy like $42 underwear now, but I swear this stuff is like
You've
it's so
really
worth every cent.
changed, Steve.
I have well, like it's quick dry. So I wear the quick dry underwear. The brand is like Effico or Efficio. I don't know. I actually did a video about my underwear. I put a pair
This
on my
is what
head.
you're tuning in for, people. Remember
Oh,
that.
oh yeah. They know if they come on this podcast, there's all kinds of wild shit going on. Usually we're talking about aliens and Sasquatch by now.
Hey,
But I bought these underwear because they're quick dry. So then you got the quick dry pants, the quick dry underwear. I jumped into the boat ramp because I forgot to tether my kayak the other week to the trailer, and I was up to my chest. It took my sun shirt like 3 hours to dry. My pants and underwear were dry in like 20 minutes. You could sit the rest of the day and not be wet.
yeah, Matt the river rat. Me and him were fishing up by your place not too long ago, and he's like, we're just talking, and you know how fishing conversations usually go. You never know what the hell off the wall shit you and your buddy might be talking about, and he's just like, man, this is kind of weird, but I got these socks. And there was these bamboo, like quick, and like he had me sold on them. I'm like, so you're
What kind of socks are they, Matt?
some bamboo, Matt. You can
Matt's in the
he's
chat,
in there somewhere.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I want to know what kind of socks he's
some
got.
with like bamboo woven crap, and it's like I've heard of bamboo sheets, but
I got some UGG sheets that are like next level. They don't sell. At least they used to.
Also,
They don't
dry
sell.
underwear depends.
Quick,
That's what everybody's
those do
about.
not quick dry. Those suck it in and get heavy. My underwear don't get heavy. And if I started wearing Depends, I'd be way too
boy,
tempted to just be like, I don't need to go to the bank. At some point, I'm gonna have to wear
you know,
Depends.
in a tournament,
I ain't running for them. Oh my god, I have a buddy. I won't name him. I've named him before, but oh wait, here's Matt.
bamboo
Bam.
rail, something
Bamboo
like that.
rayon.
They've changed my life. Yeah,
Hold on,
holy shit.
I'm taking a screenshot.
I'm ready for a life
There we
changing
go.
thing like socks. I'm getting there. And, yeah.
My buddy Trey. I wasn't gonna name him, but that's okay. I've told him. I've name blasted him so many times. He might even be in the chat. But my buddy Trey, we're at Lake of the Ozarks, and it's docks. You know, it's docks freaking everywhere and houses everywhere. And there's this long tree on the bank, and all around this tree is houses. There's kids playing, and I'm fishing this bank, and all of a sudden I look up and I hear, "Hey, sup, man?" And I look up, and Trey is sitting on the tree,
Oh
maybe 20
no.
feet from me, his pants totally off, taking a dump on the backside of the tree. And there's kids like 15 feet away playing in this yard. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I had to shit.
Thanks,
And I'm
man.
like, but the best part was if you go 50 feet that way to the dock, there's a bathroom.
Oh no.
He's like, I wasn't gonna make it. But he is so
That's the worst.
comfortable. Granted, he had been in prison at one point, but he's so comfortable just sitting on this tree while these kids play. I'm surprised he wasn't talking to the kids. He's probably like, hey, what are you guys
How you
catching
end
them
up on
on?
That's yeah, I was
That's how
gonna
you end
say
up on a
that's how you
list.
end up on a list. Talking to kids with no pants.
No, the best is when you're like wading fast water streams. You know, you just point upstream and
Yep, let her go.
mid riff there, and just let her. Don't worry about what's behind you. It's gone.
That's nature's not I was about to say nature's duvet. That's not what it's called.
Duvet,
Bidet.
yeah,
What do they look like
duvet.
it?
Listen, a duvet can come in handy too.
No,
You don't have to tell your wife where it
this
went.
is
Just all of a sudden
forbidden.
that duvet wasn't there
Know
anymore.
what you're into.
It's a bidet.
Not the UGG duvets though. So I've got UGG sheets, and you didn't used to be able to buy those in the United States. So I got them off eBay from Australia. But I got UGG sheets. I got an UGG comforter. I got an UGG snuggie that my fiance got me. I got UGG business shoes from Australia I can wear to
Oh,
work.
the white girl than me.
I have so many pairs of UGG boots. I got the ones they got white fur around the top. And they look like women's boots, but they're
Boots with
straight up men's. Yeah, I got to sing the Apple Bottle G's song every time I put them on. But my fiance bought me those, And even she thinks it's ridiculous, but it was the best Christmas present ever.
Mm.
I got
That
all
takes
kinds of Uggs. Yeah, man. I love me some Ugg stuff. Cross out my list here. So we talked
I've
about the
never even
Hellbender.
owned a pair
Oh,
of
Ugg
Uggs.
was a bullet on your list
No,
on
I
your
was crossing
list.
out Hellbender because I kept looking at him like, oh, we already
Oh,
talked about that. So,
yeah.
sometimes I make myself notes, and then sometimes I can't even read them later. But like one of the things I wrote down was, how do you guys? Because you guys camp and stuff together, which is freaking awesome. But how do you guys do not glamp? You legit camp.
We have
How do you?
one trip that we kind of do, the Montauk trip, but like
That's not
Mhm.
that's our treat to
glamping,
ourselves.
though.
That's our
That's
vacation. But yeah, we try to rough it. And,
long-term
But
camping.
how do you guys, when you go out for multiple days like that, not kill each other? Because like we're dudes. We could go live under a tree with a stick and be perfectly okay for like a month, but we get to smelling and stuff. How do you go along and not want to kill him after like a couple days?
Because if I'm in some kind of mood, we just don't talk to each other. And then I'm fine later, and then everything's great.
Oh,
she needs her
that's
survival.
freaking brilliant. I
I
didn't know
need
that
him
was an
to light
option.
the fires. You know what I do? I play Mahjong, I play my old lady games on my phone, and then once my brain has decided it doesn't want to kill him, then I'm fine. And I make dinner, and everything's great.
Yeah, you guys cook some seriously awesome stuff
I love
when you're out
cooking.
there.
Yeah, she
Like,
loves making some good, at home type stuff
Like-
recipes while
Like
we're
just tonight before the podcast, I made bacon cheeseburger pierogies.
okay, that's pretty cool. What's your favorite thing to cook in camp
Oh,
for dinner.
for
Philly
anything?
cheesesteak pasta.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I bet that's pretty easy in camp too.
It is.
yeah.
And then
Simple ingredients too.
the simplest, easiest thing that, like, if it's cold out, the potato cheese kielbasa casserole. That is amazing. Like, especially after you've been on the water and it's been cold all day, and you come back, make that, and it's nice and hot. And it's like, okay, yeah, this is what I needed.
I've started in the winter. I like to make chicken and noodles in the winter anyway, but I always make a big bunch of it and then like freeze some of it. What I've started doing is freeze drying, put some of it in vacuum seal bags, like
Hmm.
single serve vacuum seal, and then I take it out on the kayak on my like winter river trips, and then I just get the jet boil out and I boil water on the bank and just drop that vacuum seal right in the pot of the boiling water
What
and
up,
just
Dave?
let it do its thing for a couple minutes
Right.
while I'm fishing. And my God, is hot chicken and noodles so freaking good when it's cold you're
Dude, a
outside.
warm meal, yeah, in the right setting, it could be anything. If it's a warm meal, it's like this is changing my soul right now. Like,
Excuse
Yeah,
my talk.
yeah,
I
go
know
ahead,
that's cool.
blowing your ears out.
I thought it was a kid toy when we first started, and I didn't care. And then I realized it was hitting it every like 15 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, it's a clock! It's freaking cool."
It was my grandmother's clock, and it was in her house, and she always had it loud because my grandpa was deaf.
Me
So
too.
I left it at the same volume because that's what I grew up with.
Well, it's awesome because nobody has those anymore.
I
Right.
love this clock. This is
Very
my favorite
nostalgic.
clock.
Yeah, it like takes you back.
Reminds me of
Hey,
my childhood.
David checked into the comment section. David, we were talking about you earlier because backstage we were talking about getting hurt. And I had brought you up because of the comment section, how you never get roasted. But when it comes to getting hurt on video, nobody's got one unless you've got your arm or something
Dude,
severed. Nothing's as wicked as his for two
yeah.
reasons. One, I can't watch it without going, ah, no matter how many times I see it. And two, that dude could, like, if you want to talk about a dude just like right with God in a moment,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could never be
Dude.
that smooth. I would come unfreaking glued on my kid, even though it would not be her fault, and feel like
I'd
such
come
an
unglued on the
ass.
universe. I'd be unglued, period.
He would have
Yeah.
broke
Like,
everything
oh
in his
man.
Yeah, and
path.
as soon as it happens, he's just like, "Oh, that sucked. Oh, that's cool, man. Don't even worry about it." And I'm
One F
like,
bomb and then it's okay. It's okay. It's like, dude, Father of the Year. I know if like
I would've
let's
been like,
all
walk
chip
away.
together and get a trophy for Father of the
Yeah.
Year and send it to David.
and I love how often that video just seems to take off again.
Yeah,
It just
it
shows
does.
up in my feed, and I'm
Hmm.
like I knew, like I don't know David, but like I know him, like I know you guys, like through the content and everything else, and being in the same state, and like all of a sudden that thing popped up, and I was like, oh my God, I know that guy. And then I just saw the video and didn't look at the view count or anything. I was like, oh man, that was wicked. Good video. Made a comment. And then people started sending it to me in my messenger, like, hey, have
I
you
know
seen
that guy.
this? And then I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I looked at the views and it was over 1 million when that person had sent it to me. And I just like literally sat there looking at it. I said, holy fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've never been jealous of somebody getting hooked in the face. I'm like, is that all it takes? I wanted to be like, kid, grab the crankbait. We're gonna go test something
I
out.
told Cody, I said, go stand by the water or something and let me just.
It'll happen with time. I just hope we're recording.
That'll be the time the battery's dead, and you're just like,
Right, I
no.
press stop. Yeah, yeah, man. Kudos to David. That's an instant classic. You know,
Yeah,
it really is for all the reasons.
and you guys are both guys that like you seem I get tunnel vision like during the work week and stuff. Like I compartmentalize and I'll be like, okay, now I'm working, now I have these chores, now I have to like with the business make products and stuff. And then there's like, okay, today I'm fishing. You guys both do a really good job of just finding a way to adventure in the middle of whatever. Like I'll see clips from him, for example, where like he's done work or something and we're like, I'm getting home because I'm just like, oh, I got to get on to this next thing. He's fishing and catching stuff.
With the
Or
kids,
like,
yeah.
you guys, same thing. And it's cool when that stuff comes across my feed because you both have a really good way of just kind of resetting and having me be like, you know what? I have them fishing rods in the car all the time. And how many creeks do I drive by thinking, oh, I should fish that sometime? But what am I really doing right then on my way home? Where I really need to be? And so now I'm out there in my business clothes just pulling off. And I'm like, let me try not to get my Uggs wet while I flip this chatterbait up in this tree
Yeah,
over here.
YOLO, you know.
58 million on that original video. That
Yeah,
is
wow,
insane.
that's insane. That is
Either
in.
one of us now wants to get hooked in the face.
We
Like,
got one that's about to hit 5 million. That's our biggest ever. We've got multiple millions, but like that one. Yeah, one of David's like I said, instant classic. It's I love
that's
watching that
crazy.
one.
I'm gonna while we're talking, I'm gonna pull up my YouTube studio real quick. I want to see how many views this one stupid video has because I don't think I've ever hit 1 million, but I actually don't think I even know what this one's at anymore. Let's see. Yeah, so my biggest one is 63,466. And it's actually a long form video. It's one of the stupidest videos I ever made. I ran out of mouse traps, like the sticky ones. And so I went and got some Gorilla Tape out of the garage because I had a mouse I could not catch. And this mouse was pissing me off. And I did not have time to go get sticky traps. And I took a bunch of pieces of cardboard and I cut squares. And I wrapped Gorilla Tape backwards around them and stuck them all over the kitchen. Well, I'll be damned if I didn't catch that little bastard by like the next morning. So then I did a video about, hey, if you're in a pinch, you can make your mouse traps this way. And the comments are split between people going, you're a jackass, that doesn't work, and people going, holy crap, I can't believe I got that mouse. And that is now past the cooler tube video. And it's
Why
like,
had the Gorilla Tape sent you like a pallet of freaking tape?
because they don't give a shit about me. It's no different than like Smart Water. They could kick me a couple of bottles for sure. Like I tried advertising them. Pringles. I'd love to be on board with Pringles.
I mean, I'd be cool with Red Bull.
That would be cool too.
We
Celsius.
don't need a monster endorsement.
No, you don't. You'll have a heart attack.
I've always said that the number one sponsor I'd like to have is I just like Effica. I don't even know if I'm saying their name right. I would love to send them some free pairs of underwear, man. Because
Oh,
how many times I put their
that sounds
boxers on my
dope.
head and done videos about their underwear? Not because I make any commission. This is really damn good underwear. Like they're $42. Like throw a homie a pair.
Right. They're good enough for my ass and my head.
That's right. Make a damn good bandana. And I tell you what, I got some that are many, many years old, and they other underwear don't hold up like that.
Red Bull, yeah, I do. Yeah.
It
And
is
then
all like
when it's
this.
cold out, I do coffee. And when it's not, I probably shouldn't, but I drink monsters.
All the time.
No rush, David. I still got open dates, man. You let me know anytime you want to list the dates. We'll get you hooked up. No worries.
Uh, are you free on May 23rd or cleanup?
Let's see
And you
here.
probably got a tournament or something,
So
likely.
I don't think I have anything, but it is 7 days before the wedding, and that might
Oh,
get me
okay.
He's
killed.
got important
Okay.
stuff to do.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
find
Saturday
yourself
before the
down in
wedding.
St. Charles, you know.
I had what did I do? Oh, so we have a shared calendar now. And so I do try to plan stuff. So there's somebody had posted a river cleanup slash barbecue kind of thing, and it was like June 6th. And I saw it and I was like, oh, so the wedding's already over at that point. And like I left June wide open. I didn't put any tournaments in June or I think July. So left them both wide open. So once the wedding's over, she doesn't have to hear about my fishing for 2 months, whatever. And so I was like, I got nothing else in June. That would be pretty cool. So what I did is I put it on the calendar and it said like river cleanup, blah blah blah. I want to say it was with Kayla and Tommy Bench. I think it was who posted it. And then in parentheses I put maybe, and she never said a word to me. And then like a week or two later, we're with a group of friends and we're just talking about calendar stuff. And I said, yeah, having a shared calendar is great. I try to put thought into stuff. And she goes, yeah, except for that fucking river something you put on the calendar in June. And I said, yeah, but it's in June. And she goes, when in June? I'm like, I don't know. It's like June 6th. And she goes, why would that potentially be a problem? And I'm like, I don't know. Didn't even occur to me. The wedding's May 30th, which I know. I know that date in my sleep. Didn't even think about the fact that it's the following Saturday. Because in my brain, my man brain, end of May is the wedding. June's a whole new month. Like I'm
Right.
just a
That's a
dipshit.
month away.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I don't even care. So I just deleted it back off of there. I'm like, I don't need to go to that. Like, cool. That's why I said maybe in parentheses. But like, and sometimes in notes I'll put like, hey, I know I'm stupid and this probably isn't cool, but just putting it on here so we can talk about it. Like,
She's like, you really thought you were going to get away with that? Yeah, I see
yeah.
you.
So I don't think I'll get away with the Saturday before the wedding. I don't
You're
think I
good,
should
man.
probably bring that one up.
Well, shameless plug to our river cleanup. Big shout out to Matt the River Rat for taking. It was just a spitball idea that like I had bouncing around. I was like, it'd be cool to like meet and greet and do a public fishing spot cleanup event or whatever. And like, boy, he's like, are you serious about it? And I'm like, yeah, like sure. And he's like, all right. I emailed St. Charles County Parks and stuff, and they're involved in bringing kayaks for volunteers to use, and
That's
there's
freaking
a lot
awesome.
of, yeah, it's been so big shout out to Matt for really calling my bluff on that and taking it, taking it to that next level. And David and everybody's coming out, and
I love that, man. I like those stream team events. All that stuff is super cool.
yeah, I would like to
Um,
do like in different regions of the state. Would be
you
nice.
should
That way
hook
we
a.
can get to everybody, you know.
You should link up with Brandon Butler from Driftwood Outdoors because he is or used to be. I'm going to get this wrong. Like the head of the Missouri Conservation. It's like a committee.
Federation.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So he is or was like the head of that, and I
Okay.
know he gets involved in cleanup stuff and stuff like that.
I
I
might have
bet
met him before at the Missouri Smallmouth Alliance uh, meeting.
probably.
Actually,
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Oop, there's Matt again. So my service is terrible, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. More stuff like that. One of the coolest video clips when I started doing YouTube was during COVID, and I was doing it really just to document going on adventures with my daughter. And then as she started getting older and started thinking I wasn't as cool, it became different stuff. But one of the coolest clips I've got is I've got a tire up on the bow of one of my paddle kayaks and a bunch of trash in between my legs. And I'm just paddling, and up ahead, she's pulling something out of the water and plopping it on her like 6 foot kayak, like more trash that she's pulling out. And we just took a ton of trash out of the water that day, but it's just like looking over this tire on my bow at
right?
my like 8 year old pulling stuff out of the water. And I was like, this is freaking cool. This
Yeah,
is what it's about.
kind of makes you feel like a jackass for stepping over that Pepsi can, you know. Like,
Yeah, I try not to when I'm out fishing. I try to at least grab a couple things every trip, and if I
yeah,
see
I try
something
to
on
get
the
you
river
some
float
food.
towards me, I try and go get it.
Right, but
Well,
yeah,
guys, we've been going for an hour and 15, which is pretty great.
not bad.
But I'm going to let you guys go and get some stuff done before I go to work tomorrow. Um,
We
where's
appreciate
your
that.
Where's your cleanup event at? Where are you guys doing that at?
Harbor Point Park in St. Charles. It's right on the Missouri River.
Harbor Point Park. I'm writing that down real quick too. And you said it's on the 23rd.
Yes.
All right. If you do some posts about that, make sure you tag me in them because I'll help share it out and stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty dang
Yeah,
cool.
I heard one earlier from somebody else, from another, from one of the other contributors. I can't remember who, if it was Matt or K and D or something.
Some of
There's a
the
lot of great folks that joined in and added contributions to it. That's going to make it a truly an awesome event.
some Moyak guys might be interested in
Hideaway
that. And
Harbor.
I thought it was Hideaway
Sorry.
Harbor, but
Why didn't you correct me?
oh, that's all right.
I might have been wrong.
Words are hard.
Hideaway Harbor. I'll get with you too. Maybe we can kick in
All
like a
right.
gift card or something for
Thanks, Matt.
people or something if you're going to do giveaways.
Hideaway Harbor.
All right, guys. I appreciate you coming on, man. It was fun. How was your first podcast?
It was great. Thanks for popping our podcast, Sherry.
Yeah, man, that's cool. It's I didn't realize it was going to be the first one, and I don't really. This is not a professional setup, so it's a pretty good way to get into it. But like my first one was with I want to say Marty Hughes, and that was so freaking like intimidating. And now like I know Marty, and it's super cool, but
Mm-hmm.
it's weird, especially if you don't do like a lot of lives. Like I never did a lot of live stuff. It's kind of weird, but you guys did great, man. It was a lot of fun having you on.
Awesome. Well,
So
we appreciate it. And yeah, Steve Billington Fishing, Basswatch 90. Check us all out.
yeah, go
Also,
follow Basquatch90 if you don't already. If you're watching this, you probably follow me, but you need to go follow Basquatch90 and definitely go check out the comment section because that's where all the real partying is. But we appreciate everybody being in the comment section
thank you,
tonight.
everybody.
We're gonna catch you guys later.